Hi and welcome to my playhouse, and today we're gonna try and make something that we have done 1,000 times before more interesting by doing something that we have done also 1,000 times. Well, probably not totally 1,000 times, but in here we have a weird server setup, and yeah, I'll tell you what this is. This is the awesome IBM/Lenovo x3650 Model 4. I have a new dodgy drive that I want to test. Nothing interesting about that, I've done that plenty of times. But am I able to power the server from a power bank? Or power station, as they are also called. So at the top we have like the cheapest one that I could find on eBay. At the time it was 218 euros. It was actually pounds, 218 pounds. So it has gone up in price a little bit, so now it's more like 250. Then we have the BLUETTI, which were nicely sponsored. So but that's like 550 euros. And then at the bottom we have the ALLPOWERS, which was even, well, it's like this one was 250, this one was about twice, and this one was again about twice. So yeah, I think we should try and power this server from the power banks and see how small we can go. So I'm gonna start with this largest one and see if the server will power up using that one. It should, but hey, you never know. Back here we have my power brick, and I have one of these. It divides the power into 3 output ports. So one of them is actually going into this 28-inch monitor, which is it's an oldie by now. I did do a video when I got them. That's a long time ago. But if we take that power thing, we can try and power everything. It's not very willing, but yeah, we can try and power the server and the monitor. That would be interesting. And if the smallest power station doesn't do it, we can always try and put the monitor on the brick. So here we have the connector, so we could just put that in there. Does that make sense? Yeah, we can do that. There. And there is power on this. There's like 69%. And to power the AC on, you press this and hold it. There. And immediately the server powered on. So that's cool. Also the screen turned blue. So it's doing it. And we get right away how much power this is using. Which is not that bad at the moment. So we could unwrap this disc and put that in. I'll wait until the system is up and running over here. So the ALLPOWERS here can do 2000 watts, but there is like 1500 watt hours in it. So at the moment it's using about 156 watts. So it, well, at least 9 hours I would estimate that it would be able to do that. So pretty cool. In the middle here we have the BLUETTI, and this is the EB70. And it can do 1,000 watts, and the capacity of it is 716 watt hours. At the top, which this is kind of a no-name one. It's it does 600 watts ish. I haven't gone that far up. I was able to do a tool that said 500 watts, but I didn't see 600 watts out of it. And it should have about 500 and something watt hours. So yeah, that's the three consistence. Over here we have server 2022 has started up. We'll take. Oh, this is a it's a 10 terabyte hard drive. It's a Hewlett-Packard Enterprise. The drive has come and said that it was not feeling too good, so it has been replaced from an in-production server. But well, I have found that sometimes they over-exaggerate how sick they are. So sometimes I get a good drive. Most of the time I get a really dodgy drive, and it's not good for anything. But 10 terabytes, I can spend 10 minutes and figure out if it's a good or a bad drive. So over here, let's open Disk Manager. Disk Manager. We are running off the power station, remember that. So we have the disk here. Let's online that. Initialize drive. Okay, GPT, fine. There, create new volume. Next. Oh, I actually usually think we have reached test 16. There, and that is ready. And what I usually do, I have this hard disk tune here. It's not a very thorough test, but I found with these dodgy drives, right now the scale is 25 megabytes per second. It should go up to about 250, and if it does a very nice line, it's gonna go. But if it goes down a lot, it's not a good drive. So let's start the test, see what it does. It's gonna be you can see the blue thing up here. It's testing. Yeah, that's not good. Oh. So there went a good drive to become a dodgy drive. But yeah, not fantastic. If it stays up there all the way down here and only goes down a little bit, it's usually good. So yeah, unfortunately, that's another doubtful drive. Meantime, the display has gone off, so we have dropped a couple of percentage here. So yeah, it's doing really well, and the power usage is not that wild, so that is good. So we're gonna run the disk test. Oh, can you see that? It's, yeah, there. You get some reflections in there. Yeah, now we dropped another percent, but I really do enjoy that we get the percentage in intervals of 1%, and that it shows us how many watts it's using. And right now we have the AC on. We could also turn on the DC. We don't need the DC right now, so yeah. Over here, unfortunately, this drive is all over the place. So yeah, sadly, I don't think this drive is much good. It can be used for a offline backup. I could take this drive and I could put a lot of data on it and just put it in a safe or something, and it should be okay for, you know, like a third backup or something like that, to save a lot of data on it. But yeah, I'm gonna let this run. And very unfortunately, yeah, this is not good. Those two numbers are fine. The top one, the minimum transfer rate, is awful. So yeah, too bad. We're gonna power the server off, but before we do that, I'm curious. Let's go over here. Let's see how much power the monitor uses if I turn that off. 152, and it drops. It drops quite a lot. So the server is using like 89 watts, and the rest is that old Hungary monitor. That was quite a lot. Let's power that on again. Now we should see the power usage going up, and it goes up to, okay, it didn't go up quite as high as before. Well, okay, I'm gonna turn the server off. So we're gonna go down here and shut down. and that is planned. And let's see the power usage when we turn it off. There. So turning off. There. So the server it's powered, but it's not on. Right now the monitor it went into standby mode. I could try and turn off the monitor. See if that helps. The monitor is off. Oh, and the display is off as well. So the server uses 12 watts, not doing anything, just having the management adapter in there online. That's fine. So let's move up a power station. We do also have power on the Blue Yeti. It actually says that it's all the way full. So we did use it in last week's video, but it didn't drain it a lot. So there. Can I do this quick enough? I can't. No. No. It rebooted. But it's worth a try. So it's definitely able to power the management adapter in there, and we can also power the screen. So I'm gonna turn on the server, but it's more interesting to see what power it uses. It keeps going off, and if I press the flashlight it will. So I powered it. It's working. You're getting some reflections there. Okay. You can see that it uses 140. 139. Well, 141. Well, it's fluctuating. Okay, it went down a little bit while it's booting. Interesting enough, we did that test with the server and it started out at 69 and now it's at 65%, so we used like 4% on turning the server on, testing the drive and shutting it down again. So that's not too bad. Server has found the HBA in there, which is the host bus adapter that I'm using to test hard drives. It's the Hewlett-Packard H200. And it has found the drive here, and we have another boot drive. So now we're booting Windows, and that is taking up 148. Well, it's all over the place. So yeah, let's log in. Server 2022 is up and running. I think we'll just run the hard drive test once again, just to have it do something similar. Oh, it was already there, so let's just start that. And once again it's all over the place. Too bad. Okay. It goes out every time I point my camera at it. We are almost done with the test over here. Just finishing up. There we are. And it's using about 142 watts and a little less. Let's try and turn off the monitor again. So the monitor is actually a big part of this. Irritating that it does that. Also, you get 20% intervals over here, so we're still at 100%, even though I'm pretty sure that we have used some of it, but less than 20%. Let's power down and try the little one. We have powered down, and we can now move the power outlet to the top. It's also kind of funny because X1 price, X2 price, X4 price, and one connector, 2 connectors, 4 connectors. That's cute. So let's turn on the AC up here and move the connector up here, there, and the server does recognize power, and it is starting. This is also funny, the smallest one also has 1% increments, and it both shows the input power coming in and the output power. There isn't anything coming in, but it shows how much it's using. 10 watts. So now we can turn on the server down here. And it's going to make a lot of noise. And the wattage goes up. Not too bad though. Oh. Not sure if it's doing something it should not. Seems that maybe it's not getting enough power. It keeps booting. Well, now it's booting over. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't so sure about if it actually wanted to boot on this one, but it seems like it is actually doing it. Yeah, and the wattage is similar, 137 watts, and the power seems to be good. It's not as if it's dropping very quickly. Also shows that it's 50 Hertz, very nice. So the percents are dropping quite a bit faster than on the other ones. Well, on the Blue Yeti we don't know. We can actually turn that off now. Yeah. 60%. I'm sure we have enough power to do our hard drive test again, but yeah, it is going more quickly down. Okay, we're booting Windows, and I just saw the power usage peak at 173 watts. So yeah, Windows is thirsty. Logging in. Okay, the test is as good as done. And the percentage has dropped to 53% using 151 watts right now, and test is done, so it has done it. I'm curious how much power we save if we only run with one power supply. So we're gonna try that. I'm gonna disconnect one and pop it out and see what happens. Did we kill it? We killed it. This was my fault, because you saw that I was using that splitter to make 3 power connections, and it's a little bit dodgy behind there, so I tried to unplug one of the connections for the server, but at the same time got a bad connection to the other one. So yeah, I think that I can see that it's using a little bit less power, only using one power supply. Still booting. And booting Windows. Oh, we just peaked at just about the same amount of power, 173 watts or so. So yeah, was that the same? I guess that was about the same. See how much of a difference the monitor does. Drops to 129. 85 watts, 83. Okay, I just turned the monitor on again, which made the server boot. So yeah, this smaller unit is somewhat unstable, I must admit. So yeah, or I have a really bad connection there, but yeah, I think this is ever so slightly too small. Yeah, that was a weird test for sure, but we did figure out that this hard drive is dodgy. So unfortunately, would have been nice with another good 10 terabyte hard drive. I found out that this works well with the server, this works well with the server. This one can run the server, but don't make any sudden changes to the amount of power that you are using. Apparently it's not that stable, but there's also quite the price difference between them. This one up here, I just checked, it's 336 pounds. This one is more like 600 euros, and this one they're selling at the moment for about 1500 euros. So yeah, quite the price difference. So you can get quite a few of these for the price of this one. So the two bottom power stations was previous sponsored videos, but in this video I'm gonna send a thank you to two new patrons. Tobias Sindrup, thank you very much for your subscription, and Nivek Nab, which Google Translate says is Hindu, from India, and means request letter. I looked it up. Thank you very much to my patrons, and thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again, and have a really nice day. Bye bye.